All right, here we go on another episode of Beaver Deceiver. This is part 2. So we have a plan in place to fortify the Beaver Deceiver, or actually make a better one. And in speaking with Walter over at Beaver Cone, he gave me some ideas and a plan of how I could implement this other idea, and I believe it should work. So in talking with Walter, it was kind of utilizing the existing 10-inch culvert pipes right here. And then this is the inlet of the pond. It's going into those pipes. And the idea is here to put an 8-inch diameter Schedule 40 pipe sticking out about 10 feet into the pond. So 2 of them from each of the 10-inch culverts. And then in the bottom side of this, drilling holes along the bottom side so that water can come up from underneath the pipe and then flow into the culvert. And the idea there is that hopefully the beaver doesn't figure that out or find a way to plug up the underside. And if he does, it should try and trickle out. At the same time, he doesn't have much room to be able to plug up or put a lot of debris in there anyway. So it shouldn't get clogged the whole length. Then on the far end here, I'm going to put a grate so I can look in there and see what's going on. I was going to cap it off fully because really I only need water to flow underneath the pipe and into the pipe. But I'm going to put a little grate on there for now and see how that goes. And basically now what I'm going to do is here I'm going to put stakes. And I'll show you those stakes that I have already made. Basically, it's 2 crossbars that kind of hold the pipe in place, and then 2 more crossbars out here that hold the pipe further out in place. Because I want to keep it sort of level, or actually pitch downward into the pond more. I know it might be more unsightly to have these 2 big pipes kind of shooting out into the pond, but for the peace of mind that I know water is always going to be flowing out the culvert of the pond and the spillway properly, it's definitely worth it. So these are my junky little plans that I kind of drew up. I'm not an artist or an engineer of sorts, but I'm working with what I got. So I will show you kind of what I've done so far, and then hopefully can install it this weekend. So over here I have the grates that I'm just going to fix on the end, and can a beaver chew through that? Maybe, probably, but hopefully they don't, and if they do, then I'll just cap the ends. So I'm going to take you outside, take a look at the pipes themselves. So these are 2 10-foot lengths. It was a 1 20-foot length that I had to buy, and they cut it in half for me. And then what I did is I took a 1-inch spade bit and drilled holes 5 inches apart. So what this is the end that will be sticking into the pond on the underside of it. And you can see there's a space where there's no holes. So that's actually sitting in a lot of mud leading up to the spillway. So I didn't want the holes to be there. I wanted them to be at the end further into the pond. And then once it gets to this side over here, you have a couple holes. These are going to be inside the 10-inch culvert. So right about here is where the culvert is, and then it'll go, out this way into the pond, all the way down here, and then I'm going to put this little cap basically affixed on the end here. And the reason why I did holes on this end is because I knew there was going to be an angle, and if you put an 8-inch diameter circle inside a 10-inch diameter circle, this is actually 8.63. So that gives you about an inch and a half, let's say it, or 1.4 inches of clearance in a 10-inch culvert. So if I angle this, give it that 1.4 inches at the bottom, I don't want to raise, if I don't drill these holes here, it would raise the pond level. If the 10-inch culvert got clogged up and this was free, it would kind of raise the pond level about 1.5 inches, I think. So anyway, I wanted it to be able to drain out inside the culvert as well. So that's why I put holes on this side. But yeah, so this will be facing down like this in the pond. And then if you look in, you know, it should make its way all the way up into the culvert and then kind of come out this end, and it drain out of the holes as well. So we shall see if this works, but these two culverts will be sitting inside of this, and that's the stake. You know, this will all be in the ground at the culvert side, and then further out into the pond about 10 feet I have a 6-foot version of this that'll hold the pipes out into the pond. This is a 3-foot version that I'm staking in at the culvert, and you can see, you know, when I put an 8-inch circle into here, 2 of them, I'll have, you know, this is about 8.63 inches here, so that's perfect. But you can see there's about 1.5 inches here, which will plug up, or block, shouldn't plug up, but it's going to block the top side of the culvert, which is perfect because I don't want the beaver shoving debris in the top side or anything like that. So that's it for now. So I'm going to take this and hopefully install it this weekend and take a video and see how it goes. All right, bye.